It is here because of the altitude and the mountain air. It was a tough way to beat TB, but at the time it was really the only way.
For those who don't know about TB, can you explain about the disease?
It was called consumption as well as tuberculosis. It was believed by many that the body was somehow consuming itself. It was the fourth most deadly disease in New Zealand at the time. And it was really basically a disease of poverty, living in close quarters, bad immune system from not being well nourished. A lot of soldiers came back from the Great War with it. And so a lot of them were here in the 20s. The doctor who practiced here early in the 20th century, Dr. Byers, he started a private sanatorium, which he called Bon Accord here in about 1914, was getting some good results. Some people put it down to the ozone, which was a magical substance back in those days full of health-giving properties. And in 1922, a group of hospital boards decided that it would be good to build a full-size, full-scale TB sanatorium here at what they called Orangapai.
It is extraordinary. You're just out of Ranfurly, taking sort of a back road, and then you come around in this full-scale hospital here.
Yes, and it looked like something that you'd find on the edge of the town, but it was here on a dry hillside overlooking the Maniatoto Plain.
I've looked at this place, from the road with a bit of fascination for a long time. Can you just explain to me, what all the buildings are?
Well, we come in the main gates here, and right to our left here is the administration building, which had the medical offices and the administration offices, obviously any medical procedure rooms. Up here in front of us we have the laundry. It has the original boiler in the back. Behind me here is called the Porter's Lodge. That was for staff and helpers and gardeners and stuff like that. Over here we have the ladies' accommodation dormitory. So if you had TB, you would have come and this would have been your first place of care. And then in here we have the kitchen and the dining rooms called the diet, and a butchery and cool store.
And this was the men's?
This is the men's dormitory. Adjoined to that block is the wooden shacks, we call them, that as patients got better they moved into those shacks, and it just honestly looks like a woodshed.
And you said also down here,
on the other side of the road, we have the nurses' home. So of course all the nursing staff were accommodated down there.
And the doctors and everyone lived on site?
Yes, yes. There was even a post office in this building here at the bottom there. We have a fire station.
And how do you maintain this massive area?
There are actually 10 houses, individual houses on the property. So we usually have around about 30 people living on site at the time, families, and most of those people contribute as they are able to do so, whether it's with the physical work or other things that maybe don't take quite so much physical ability. So this is the dining room. Apparently they called it the diet. And it would have been ladies come in up here, men come up about where you are, men go through there, ladies go through here. The room would have been divided in half, ladies on one, men on the other, no mingling.
And so this looks like, is it pretty original? The floors look amazing.
Yeah, I think it is fairly original. We haven't changed anything structurally. So the kitchen, the original bell cooker.
What's that?
I think it just was like a big boiling pot that you could maybe make a stew or boil the ham in,
Big stew.
Big stew. And this is just another wee small dining room. My best guess is it would be for the staff as there's rooms upstairs on this side and the other side of the building.
So that's where the kitchen staff live?
I would say so.
It's not really that small, is it?
This is the main recovery centre or dormitory rooms for the ladies. Showers, 3 showers in there, 3 toilets in there, another couple of shower rooms in here, and just more toilets. And a small kitchen and little wee dining room in here. I guess just for hot drinks, teas and coffees and stuff like that. And then we have your main common room or lounge in here, and then the bedrooms down either side.
And so this area here, tell me what happened here.
So originally this was a cubicle with no door, and it had a bed in there which they would roll out to here in the daytime when it was nice and sunny. The windows would be open and they'd lie out here in the day, and then they'd be wheeled back in for the evening.
And what a view.
$1 million view.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
This is where people would lie with their hot water bottles, which were changed every 2 hours. Sometimes they'd have snow driven in onto the blankets that they were lying under, but this was an essential part of the therapy to keep breathing in that cold, dry mountain air.
So this is the nursing home.
It is, yes.
It's a pretty big place. It would have been thriving.
It would have been thriving, and down here we have the foundation stone laid by the first matron at the beginning of 1924.
So they would have had to have had nursing homes, wouldn't they, out here? Because we're way out in the whacker, aren't we?
We are, and the nurses would have been there in the hospital 24/7. They'd be in shifts in the hospital. They'd have nurses on station all the time.
So what do you think about the state of the place?
It's a little time capsule. It's all in lovely condition.
Beautiful doors and wardrobes and...
Lovely door. Well, they just
Woodwork.
didn't know how to make them cheaply back then.
So this is the nurses' home, probably the most untouched building we've got on the place at the moment.
amazing,
So most of it's original.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Everything.
Yeah,
The radiators, the lino.
yeah. It's got about 30 bedrooms possibly.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. Could you imagine the shenanigans that would have gone on? The fun they would have had. It's beautiful,
Look at
isn't
all
it? Look at that.
Oh, yeah. So they've got fireplaces in them as well.
Yeah, just some of them, not all of them.
And these are all original, eh?
Obviously this is a single room, there are double rooms as well, but the lovely cabinetry. This is facing the east, morning sun on this side. All the rooms are basically the same, single or double, but they have the same furnishings in them.
And so it would have been quite good fun on the day, eh?
Oh, could you imagine it? Imagine sitting out here with your morning cup of tea.
Yeah.